Okay, restoration class for the upper limb, the shoulders, the elbow, the wrist. We're also going to get a little bit into the thoracic spine today too. Basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to restore range of motion through the shoulders, the wrists, the elbows, and the thoracic spine. And we're also trying to activate all of those muscles. So we're trying to prime our body for future use of our arms. So during this class, what I'd like you to do is just try to be as specific as possible for these movements, especially when we're doing axial rotations or twisting your arms, and then also moving through your shoulder girdle, moving your scapula. Be as specific as possible, and as you're being specific, then explore and ask for more. Especially when we're doing the active isolating stretching technique of holding at end range, asking for a little bit more. Good. As we're doing all these exercises today, just remember you want to control your movements as much as possible. Okay? And just go where you can. Stay in your lane, and then just see if your lane expands by doing more reps and asking for more. Okay, come to a standing position with your feet about shoulder width apart. We're going to do some breathing right now. What I'd like you to do is bring your hands to your belly. We're going to practice diaphragmatic breathing. So we're trying to get our diaphragm to work to end range and create the biggest inhale into our belly breathing. And then we want to just exhale, and we want that diaphragm just to reflexively release. All too often, your diaphragm acts as a posture muscle due to sitting a lot, and it starts to hold tension. So we want to get strong, and then we also want it to release to get tension out, so that we're teaching your body, your torso, your inner core, and the outer core how to control your body and not use the diaphragm as a posture muscle. Okay, so go ahead, bring your hands to your belly, take a huge breath in. And then exhale, just let it go and feel free to sigh. Here, let's do that 2 more times. Big breath in. And then exhale, just let it go. 1 more time. Big belly breath in. And then exhale, feel free to sigh. Excellent. So now let's add on to the diaphragmatic breathing. So again, we're going to do a big belly breath in. On the exhale, I want your exhale to be slow and long. I'd like you to bring your hands to your lower ribs, coach these lower ribs to collapse in. Because when we sit a lot, we develop rib cage flare, where these lower ribs actually stick out, and that the outer core forgets how to articulate through these lower ribs, okay? Which leads to compensation patterns and also a lack of core stability. Okay, so first things first, breathe into your belly. Big belly breath in. Then hands to your lower ribs. Long, slow exhale. Coach these lower ribs to collapse in towards your spine. Feel how those intercostal muscles and obliques are working to collapse those lower ribs. Let's try that again. Big belly breath in. And then exhale, collapse those lower ribs in. Nice, slow, long, slow exhale. Good. 1 more time. Big breath into your belly. And then exhale, collapse those lower ribs in. Excellent. Okay, so then let's add on another technique. Again, we're going to breathe into your belly. I want you to try to collapse those lower ribs in as you exhale. But then I would also like you to imagine you're zipping up a very tight jacket. If you imagine you're zipping up a tight jacket, you're going to suck it in. You're going to use this transverse abdominis as well as your pelvic floor to suck in the belly as you exhale. Those muscles are part of your inner core. We want to activate them. Okay? So again, start with a big belly breath in. So breathe into the belly. Then imagine you're zipping up a very tight jacket as you exhale. Slow exhale. Real tight jacket. Excellent. Let's try that again. Big breath in. And then exhale, zip up a very tight jacket, slow, zipping all the way up to the very top. Good, and we'll try that 1 more time. Big belly breath in. And then exhale, zipping up a very tight jacket all the way up to the very top. Excellent. Hopefully you felt those inner core muscles really engaged. And as we do all the exercises throughout the day, use those exhales to engage those inner core muscles, because your inner core is the foundation for movement. And if your inner core and your outer core can integrate, then we're going to on the arms today. We want to build our base first. We're going to activate our legs so that we're working together with our whole body throughout the exercise. So we're going to start with the toes right now. All I'd like you to do is try to wave your toes up and wave your toes down, one toe at a time. So start with your big toe. Just slowly try to wave them up and then wave them down. Okay? And it's okay if your toes don't really wave up and down individually, as long as you're trying to do it. If you're setting the intention of trying to wave your toes up and down, you're doing the exercise. And of course, I would recommend if your toes really don't wave up and down all that well, practice more throughout the week. Good, now let's change direction. Let's start with the little toe and work to the big toe. Again, trying to wave up and down. Okay? If your toes are not cooperating all that well, just do your best right now and try to practice more often. Good. One more time. Little toe, big toe, waving up and down. Good. So after that, we're going to focus on the ankles here. We're going to roll to the outside of your foot and then roll to the inside of your foot. This is ankle inversion and eversion. We want to do this because we spend so much time walking on flat surfaces that the ankle doesn't necessarily remember how to transition from inversion and eversion. So simply by doing this right now, we're helping the body to remember how to move through the ankle. Now I'd like you to really exaggerate inversion and eversion. So really roll to the outside edges of your foot and then really roll to the inside edges. Good. One more, please. Excellent. That's a great exercise to do as a little break if you spend a lot of time sitting at the desk. Just stand up and do a few inversion and eversions. Another exercise that's really great to do at your desk as a little movement break is these knee circles. So take your feet nice and wide, bring your hands to your knees. Circle your knees slowly. And as you're circling your knees, you're going to notice that your foot is doing the inversion and eversion. Exaggerate that. Try to make the biggest circles that you can with your hips. With your knees. And you can add on to it by sitting your hips down and create more knee flexion too. Good. One more time in this direction. Good. Now let's go the other direction. And what I also would like you to do is just slow your speed down a bit so that your body is actually spending more time in all of these positions. So we're trying to make the biggest circle that we can with the knees. We are exaggerating with the foot and we're sitting the hips. Last one. Good. Now let's bring the feet together and let's do it again. This time you want to look at your feet. You want to keep your feet completely still. So imagine the four corners of your feet are tattooed into the ground. Hands on your knees. And then start to circle. Okay, same thing as before. Go slow. Go as big as you possibly can with your knee circles. And also try to sit the hips. Good. One more time in this direction. Good. Now let's go the other way. Good. Now that you're doing this really, really well, look at your feet. Notice how much movement is occurring at your feet. Try to keep the four corners of your feet solid on the ground. It's okay if your foot is moving, as long as your intention is to keep your feet nice and still. This is going to help your ankle develop better dorsiflexion, which is integral in squatting, lunging, and also walking. Excellent. Okay, from the knees, let's focus on the hips, okay? I want you to imagine you're wearing a belt here, right? And I want you to turn your belt buckle up and down. Go ahead and place your hands on your hips too to help your pelvis to tilt up and down. So belt buckle up and down. You should feel like these abdominals are doing a vertical crunch and then relax. Good. One more here. Excellent. Good. And then have your feet shoulder width apart. We're going to do some shifts left and right. So your hips shift to the right and then shift to the left. Okay? Shifting back and forth. Try to keep your shoulders still and just have the hips shift. Good. So we're actually working through the hip sockets as well as the lumbar spine here. Good. So now our next exercise, we're going to twist the hips in each direction. It's going to send a spiral effect down the leg all the way to your toes. You're going to feel how you're going to press into the big toe and the little toe as you are twisting your hips, pointing your belt buckle to the left, and then pointing your belt buckle to the right. Good. Let's do 2 more twists and twist. Excellent. From here, let's take the hips and let's draw a nice big circle. So push the hips forward, slide the hips out to the side, reach the hips back, and then out to the other side and push the hips forward. Once you come to start, change direction. Go back the way you just came. Nice big circle all the way around. Good. Let's do 2 more times and let's try to be slow and smooth. So as you're circling, don't go too fast. You want to spend more time in these positions. You want to teach your body how to get more comfortable in these positions so that your body will then create these positions more often throughout your day. And that will diversify your movement patterns and limit repetitive strain on your body. Last time here, can you make this circle just a little bit bigger? Good. Other way around. Just ask for a little bit more. Excellent. So from there, what we're then going to do is we're going to go into global rotations. I'd like you to take your feet nice and wide. We have a couple of movements here that we need to work through. We're going to reach up, then we're going to pivot on the foot, and we're going to wrap around and reach behind us like so, and then we'll come out. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Reach up, pivot on the foot, wrap around like so. Good. Now we'll add in the active isolated stretching technique, which means that when we get to end range, you're going to hold and ask for more for 1 full second. Okay, so reach up first, pivot on the foot, hit your end range, and keep reaching behind you for 1 full second, and then come on out. Good. And then the other side. Reach up, pivot on the foot, wrap around, keep reaching behind you for 1 full second, and come on out. Good. Can you take your feet a little bit wider? Just a hair. Now let's do it again. Reach up, pivot on the foot, hit your end range, keep reaching for 1 full second, and then come on out. And then the other side. Reach up, pivot on your foot, wrap around, keep reaching behind you for 1 full second, and come on out. Good. Can you take your feet a little bit wider? Let's try that again. Reach up, wrap around, keep reaching behind you for 1 full second, and come on out. And then the other side. Reach up, wrap around, keep reaching behind you for 1 full second, and then come on out. Great. Now this is setting us up for the next exercise. We're in a nice wide stance. I'd like you to have your feet point forward, lift your belt buckle up. We're going to work lateral flexion through the spine. We're going to take our hands, we're going to reach for either side of the room. One arm goes up and over, the other arm goes under and across. When we get to the end range, we're going to hold it for 1 full second. Okay? Let's do it together. So go ahead, reach up and over, under and across. Hit your end range here, keep reaching for 1 full second, and then come on out. Let's do the other side. Up and over, under and across. Reach as far as you can, keep reaching for 1 full second, and then come on out. Good. Can you take your feet a little bit wider? Good. Let's do that again. Up and over, under and across. Reach as far as you can, keep reaching for 1 full second, come on out. And then the other side. Up and over, under and across, reach as far as you can, 1 full second, come on out. Good. Let's see if you can take your feet wider. Even if it's just a hair, just try. Lift your belt buckle up. Let's try it again. Up and over, under and across, hit your end range, keep reaching for 1 full second, come on out. And then the other side. Up and over, under and across, reach as far as you can, keep reaching for 1 full second, and come on out. Beautiful. And then go ahead and walk your feet together. And we've primed the lower body, we've built let it come up towards your ear. Keep your shoulder down. So reach out, and let's try to articulate our fingers one at a time. So start with the thumbs. Take your thumbs in and out for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then in this index finger, down and up for 5, 4, 3. Try to keep the other finger still. 2, and 1. Good. And now middle finger down and up for 5, 4. Do your best to move only one finger. 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then ring finger down and up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And finally pinky down and up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Good. So from here, what we're going to do, we're going to work the wrists and the shoulder capsule at the same time. So we're going to take your fingers, we're going to reach your fingers for your forearms. And as you're reaching towards your forearms, then I'd like you to rotate your arms and get your fingers up on top. And then we're going to extend the wrist. Again, fingertips towards your forearms. And then rotate up like so. Good. Let's try this for real right now. Let's go ahead. Flex. Fingertips trying to touch your forearms. And then rotate up. Good. Now extend. Fingertips trying to touch your forearm. And then rotate up. Good. Let's try that again. Flexing. Slow on the rotation up. And now extending. Slow on the rotation up. Good. Let's do it one more time. Flex your wrist. Try to touch your forearms. Rotate up. Extend your wrist. Try to touch your forearms. And then rotate up. Excellent. Good. From there, we're going to get more specific with the wrist right now. So what I'd like you to do is bring your hands together in prayer, but spread your fingers a little bit. Then slide your hands down as far as you can so that you're creating as much wrist extension as possible. Good. And then from here, we're just slowly going to oscillate and point the fingers down and up. Go nice and slowly here. We want your wrists to experience all these subtle changes in the position. So slowly pointing down and up. And as you're doing this, if you could slide your hands closer to the floor, you're just going to create more wrist extension. And this is just deepening your range of motion. But you want to avoid any sharp pains, and you want to go nice and slowly. Good. Let's do one more. Oscillation down and up. Good. So this is prayer. So let's try reverse prayer. Okay. And you may notice that it's going to be, it may be a little more difficult in one position or the other, and that's okay. Okay. Once you're here, you want to now bring your elbows down the best that you can. That's going to create more wrist flexion. And then after that, go ahead and start to oscillate the best that you can. Fingertips coming up and fingertips pointing down. As you can tell, wrist flexion for me is rather tight, and I'll probably assume it's because I spend a lot of time extending my wrists working on a keyboard. So if you're like me, then I recommend trying this more often throughout the week. Okay? Just make sure that as you're doing this is that you're going nice and slow. You're trying to be smooth. Okay? And we also want to avoid all sharp pains. Excellent. So what that's going to do, that's going to set us up for wrist cars right now. So what I'd like you to do is hold on to your forearm like so, and then take your hand and try to make a karate chop hand. Make a blade out of your hand. And then from here, try to draw a nice big circle with the tips of your fingers. Now notice as you're doing this, you want to make sure that your hand stays like a blade, that it doesn't start to curl like that. So draw the biggest circle that you can with your fingertips, keeping your hand nice and straight. Good. Go nice and slow too. Don't be fast. Go slow. Let's change directions. And let's go the other way. Try to be as big as possible. And if you start to feel clicking going on in your wrists, that's okay. Just go slower through any areas where you feel clicking is occurring. And that's just going to help your muscles learn how to coordinate the movements with all the bones of your wrists. Good. Let's do the same thing with the other hand. Okay? So again, make a blade with the hand, hold on to the forearm, and then find your fingertips and just start drawing the biggest circle that you can. Go nice and slow and try to be smooth. If your hand starts to skip around the circle, notice the areas of the circle that your hand was skipping, and then just try to come back to those areas and try to be very smooth and try to eradicate the skipping as much as possible. Let's change direction. Let's go the other way. And if your hand does skip, it's okay. It's only natural. And by doing this more throughout the week, chances are that you can eradicate any skipping, right, that occurs. And skipping is really just where your hand is all of a sudden suddenly jumps or moves very fast through part of the circle involuntarily. Excellent. So from there, we're then going to focus on the elbows. So your palms can supinate and pronate like so. That actually occurs at the elbow. So what we want to do is we want to work this supination and pronation of the palm, right, to help restore functionality to the wrist, the elbow. So go ahead, stand and squeeze your upper arm into your rib cage as if you're trying to hold a newspaper underneath your armpits. Okay? Then turn your palms forward as far as you can. Slowly bend your elbows, come up to the very top, squeeze at the top, and then turn those palms forward again. And then slowly come all the way down. Good, straighten your elbows all the way, and then same thing. Turn those palms forward. Slowly come all the way up to the top. Squeeze at the top. Turn your palms forward. And then slowly extend all the way down. Good, one more time. Turn those palms forward. Slowly come all the way up to the very top. Squeeze at the top. Turn those palms forward again. And then slowly extend down. Good, now we're going to reverse direction. So your palms are facing back now. And then you're going to slowly come all the way up to the top. And then you're going to, again, turn your palms to face backwards. And then extend the elbows all the way down. Good, let's try that again. Slowly rotate the palms over. Slowly bend your elbows. Squeeze the hands up into your shoulders. And then turn your palms to face backwards. And then extend all the way down. Okay, one more time. Turn those palms to face back. Come all the way up to the very top. Squeeze at the very top. Turn your palms to face backwards again. And then go ahead, extend all the way down. Perfect. Okay, we're going to focus now on the shoulder girdle. So we're going to start to move our shoulders up and down and then front and back. And as we do this, we're going to ask for more. So go ahead, press your palms into your thighs and squeeze your elbows into. We don't want the arms to flare out to the sides. So keep it nice and tight. It's as if you're in a subway car during a rush hour. Then go ahead and lift your shoulders up towards your ears. When you get to the very top, keep squeezing the shoulders into the ears for 1 full second. Good, and now shrug your shoulders down. Reach your fingers for the ground. Keep reaching down for 1 full second. Good, let's try that again. Shrug up, shoulders up towards your ears. Keep squeezing up for 1 full second. And then reach down, fingers to the floor. Keep reaching down for 1 full second. Good, one more time. Shrug up, shoulders up towards your ears. Squeeze for 1 full second. And then reach down to the ground. Fingers trying to touch the ground. Just keep reaching down for 1 full second and relax. Good. So now let's do front and back. Okay, so you want to make sure that your head stays still, that your rib cage stays still. Take your shoulders, go ahead, push them forward, drive them forward for 1 full second, And now pull the shoulders back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, squeeze your shoulder blades together for 1 full second. Good, let's try that again. Shoulders going forward, push them forward for 1 full second. And now pull them back, squeeze your shoulder blades together for 1 full second. Good, one more time. Push the shoulders forward and keep pushing them forward for 1 full second. Ask for a little bit more. And now pull them back and squeeze those shoulder blades together 1 full second. And relax. Excellent. So after that, we made 4 points, and we're going to now try to connect those 4 points by rolling the shoulders through a circle. So again, hands by your side, keep your elbows in too. Start to roll your shoulders around. Go nice and slowly. Your body may want to do this fast. Slow it down. You want to really explore this range of motion here of these circles for your shoulders. So you really want to reach down and then pull them back, and then up as high as you can, and then as far forward as you can. Good. And then if you could also be smooth as you're rolling your shoulders, you're only going to teach your body how to remember these positions more, which then helps to limit compensation as we use our arms. Good. Let's change direction. Let's go the other way. So just reversing course here. Try to make it nice and big, and also try and keep it nice and smooth. Okay? Let's just ask for a little bit more. Can you keep those arms right by your sides the entire time? Okay, one more time here. And if you start to feel clicking going in your shoulders, that's okay. Just go slower through all those areas where you might be clicking. Good, so then we're going to do this all over again, but we're going to change arm positions, and that's going to affect our range of motion. What I'd like you to do is slide your hands up your back. This is going to put your shoulder capsule into internal rotation. And then once you're here, slowly start to roll your shoulders again. Again, keep it nice and slow. And just ask for a little bit more all the way around the circle. Good. Try to keep your head nice and still too. Try to keep your rib cage nice and still. If you're feeling a lot of clicking going on, just go slow through those areas. Good. Let's change direction. Let's go the other way. So explore what it's like to make a circle in this direction. Now, second time around, see if you can make it a little bit bigger. Good. Third time around, try to go a little bit bigger and see if you can make it nice and slow and smooth. Excellent. Okay, so that was internal rotation for the shoulder. So then we'll go to external rotation. We'll take your hands, we'll place it right behind your head. Okay? What I like to do is I like to focus on the armpits here. I'm trying to make a circle with the armpits. So I'm going to bring my armpits forward, then up, and then back and down. Okay? Again, go nice and slowly here, and try to be as big as you can as you're making these circles here. Good. One more time in this direction. Explore for more. Just ask for a little bit more all the way around the circle. Good. And then change direction. Go the other way. Nice big circles. Going nice and slow. Just asking for a little bit more all the way around. So down, then back, up, and forward. Excellent. Okay, from there, we're going to focus on the shoulder capsule. It's going to include a bit of the shoulder girdle in this, but we're going to do the same sequence of techniques for the shoulder capsule. So we're going to start with some segmentation first, and we'll add in the active isolating extraction technique, right? What I'd like you to do is take your hands, reach them forward, then reach them up and reach them back. You're going to hit your limit here and just keep reaching the fingers to the wall behind you the best that you can for 1 full second. And then go ahead and reach forward and down. Good. Now reach back from here. Fingertips towards the wall behind you. Keep reaching back for 1 full second, and relax. Good. So now, that's what we're going to do, but we want to get specific. So we want to tighten up your core. We don't want your rib cage to move whatsoever. So when we do this, we don't want to arch through your spine. When we do this, we don't want to collapse through your spine or flex through your spine like so. So abs are engaged, and then when we're reaching back, squeeze your shoulder blades together to pull the shoulder heads back. Okay? So let's start with shoulder flexion. So hands reaching forward, up and back. Tighten up those abdominals and keep reaching your hands back for 1 full second. Good. And then bring your arms down. Shoulder extension. So pull the shoulders back first, then reach your hands back. Keep pulling the shoulders and the hands back towards the wall behind you for 1 full second. And relax. Good. Let's go back up. So shoulder flexion here. Arms reaching back. Keep those abs engaged. Keep reaching back for 1 full second. Good. Shoulder extension. So hands go down and back. Pull the shoulders back. Pull those hands back. 1 full second. Good. Let's try it again. Up and back. Keep reaching back as far as you can. 1 full second. And then down and back. Pull the shoulders back. Pull those hands back. Keep reaching back for 1 full second. And relax. Perfect. Okay, from here, let's now go into abduction and adduction. Okay, as we're doing this, we want to make sure your shoulders do not creep up towards your ears, right? So all too often this happens, so we want to keep your shoulders down. And many times when we keep the shoulders down, hands come in. So shoulders down, hands up. Okay, go ahead, reach behind you, try to touch the wall behind you. Keep reaching back for 1 full second. Good. Now scissor your arms in front and keep scissoring tighter for 1 full second. Good. Let's open up those arms again. Reach for the wall behind you. Keep reaching back for 1 full second. And now when we scissor your arms, other arm on top, keep squeezing in tight for 1 full second. Good. 2 more times. Reaching back, trying to touch the wall behind you. Keep the shoulders down. 1 full second. Scissor your arms. Squeeze those biceps in towards your heart. 1 full second. Good. Opening up again. Reach for the wall behind you. Keep reaching back. 1 full second. And then scissor your arms, other arms on top. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 1 full second. And relax. Great. From there, we'll go into shoulder, cars, control articular rotation. So this is going to get your arm through the biggest range of motion, and it's going to add in internal and external rotation to circumduction. So it's a bit of a complicated exercise, but it's really great for the shoulders. So we want the abdominals turned on the entire time. We want your rib cage to be nice and still. Let's go ahead and reach your arms forward, then up and back just like before. When you hit your limit here, what I'd like you to do is twist your palms out to the side. Then slowly start to reach behind you. And then keep twisting your arms until the backs of your hands come to your back pockets like so. Good. Then we're going to reverse it from here. We're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together first. Slide your hands back. You're going to hit your limit here. When you hit your limit here, twist your palms out to the side. Then your arms are going to just slide out to the side. And then we'll reach up, forward, and down. Good. Let's do that again. And let's actually add the scissoring here too. So reach across your body, and then come up and reach back. Hit your limit here, turn those palms out to the side. Continue to reach backwards and twist your arms. Slowly bring the backs of your hands to touch your back pockets. Good. Then reverse it from here. Pull your shoulders back first, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Then reach your hands back as far as you can. Hit your limit. Turn your palms out to the side, and then slowly reach out to the side and up. And then cross your arms again as you bring your arms down. Good, let's do that 2 more times. Let's just ask for a little bit more, okay? So, scissor your arms, other arm on top, come all the way up, reach back. Hit your limit here, turn your palms out, keep reaching behind you, slowly twisting your arms, and bring the backs of your hands right to your back pocket. Good, and then reverse. Reach back, hit your limit, turn your palms out to the side, let your arms just slide out to the side, out, hit your limit, turn your palms out to the side. Keep reaching behind you, twist your arms the entire time. Good, you're going to bring the backs of your hands right to your back pocket. Good. Then reverse it, squeeze your shoulder blades together, slide your hands out, hit your limit, turn your palms out to the side, and then slowly reach out to the side. That's going to allow your arms to come all the way up, and then we're going to sit your other arm on top, coming down, like so. Okay, so come down to a quadruped position. So that's hands and knees. Now what we want to do is we want to try to get the wrists underneath your shoulders the best that you can. And then pull your shoulders away from your ears. Once we're in this position, what we're going to do is we're going to do some axial rotations. So we're literally just trying to twist your arms, like so. So it's as if you're corkscrewing your arms into the floor each time. Now as you do that, press your heart away from the floor. So you're really trying to lengthen your arms or lengthen your reach as much as you possibly can. Good. Now let's add on the active isolated stretching technique. So you're going to rotate, twist your arms in one direction, keep twisting that way for 1 full second. And then reverse, twist the other way for 1 full second. Still press your heart away from the floor as you do this. So change directions, twist your arms in, 1 full second. Twist your arms out, 1 full second. Good, let's try that again. Twisting in, 1 full second. And then twisting out, 1 full second. And relax. Excellent. So now, we're going to then work through the shoulder girdle a little bit more. So we did this before standing, we're just going to do it here. So what we were doing before standing is that we push the shoulders forward as far as we can, and that's protraction, and then we pull the shoulders back, retraction. So we want to do that here. So first things first, I want you to twist the eye of your elbow to face towards your thigh. So the belly of your bicep tries to face forward. Then pull your shoulders up towards the ceiling. That's going to drop your heart down. Squeeze your shoulder blades together for 1 full second. And then do the opposite. Press your heart away from the floor. That's going to separate your shoulder blades. Keep pressing your heart up into protraction for 1 full second. Good, let's reverse it. So squeeze the shoulder blades together, drop your heart down, retraction, 1 full second. And then protraction, heart away from the floor, 1 full second. Good, let's do it one more time. Retract, keep those elbows straight, pull your heart down to the floor, 1 full second. And then protract, press your heart away from the floor, keep those elbows nice and straight, 1 full second. And then come back to neutral. Good, from here, let's shrug. So we're going to shrug the shoulders up towards your ears, keep squeezing them in towards your ears for 1 full second. Then shrug the shoulders away from your ears, armpits towards your pockets, squeeze them that way for 1 full second. Good, let's try that again. Shoulders towards your ears, squeeze up for 1 full second, and then reverse. Shoulders away from your ears, armpits towards your pockets, squeeze down for 1 full second. One more time each way. Shoulders towards your ears, squeeze up for 1 full second. And then reverse. Shoulders away from your ears, squeeze down 1 full second. Good. So then in those 4 positions we just created, let's connect them by rolling the shoulders. So go ahead and just start to roll the shoulders. And what you're going to notice is that you're squeezing your armpits towards your pockets, your heart lowers to the floor, then you pull the shoulders up towards your ears, and you press your heart away from the floor. Try to make these shoulder rolls as big as possible, and go nice and slow. You want to have smooth movements here, and as you're making these movements slow and smooth, just explore and ask for a little bit more. Good, let's pause here, let's reverse, let's go the other way. So just changing course here. Still circling those shoulders, rolling those shoulders through the biggest circle that you possibly can. Keeping it nice and slow. And then just asking for a little bit more. One more here. Let's then do a little bit for the wrist, and we're going to use the same sequence of techniques. Okay, so in this position here, what we want to do is that we want to get into wrist extension. I want to use these forearm muscles to try to bring my elbows closer towards my fingers. And once I'm here, I'm going to keep squeezing up for 1 full second, and then I'm going to slide back. Let's do that 3 times here. So use your forearm muscles, pull your elbows closer towards your fingertips, keep squeezing forward for 1 full second, and then come on back. And we'll do that again. Shifting forward, use those forearm muscles, squeeze up for 1 full second, and then come on back. And then last time, squeezing up, elbows towards your fingertips, squeeze for 1 full second, and back. Good. So next, let's do it from side to side. Okay, so you want to use your wrist muscles here. You want to pull yourself to one side and try to keep pulling this way for 1 full second. And then to the other side, pull yourself across and keep working this way for 1 full second. Good. Real quick, look at your hands. Spread your fingers and try to keep all these knuckles flat on the floor. If they're bubbling up like that, you want to really just be intentional of trying to press those knuckles down and splay your hands. Okay? So you may want to be doing this more often throughout the week and just trying to get your hands as flat as possible. Okay? The bubbling of the knuckles like so will affect the mobility of your wrist. So here we go. Use your wrist muscles, pull yourself to one side, keep working that side for 1 full second. And then go to the other side. Keep working that way for 1 full second. Good, let's watch our hands on round 2. Keep those knuckles nice and flat, splay your fingers, feel the ground with all 10 fingers, work to the side for 1 full second. And then work to the other side for 1 full second. Good, one more time each side. Pulling yourself across, using your wrists to do so. Work this way for 1 full second. And then pulling your cross to the other side. Use your wrists to do so. 1 full second. Good. So now I'll go ahead and change directions here. And then we're going to try to connect those dots. We're going to try to do some wrist cars, controlled articular rotations here, on the floor in quadruped. So we're simply going to shift to our right, and then reach forward with your heart, and then shift to the left, and then slide back. Good. Once you've made one big circle, go the other way. And just notice how slow and smooth I'm trying to move here. It's really important that we're trying to be slow and smooth. And then once you're slow and smooth, just ask for more. So let's change direction. Let's see if we can go a little bit bigger. Good. Can you keep those elbows nice and straight the entire time? Your elbows will want to bend and your biceps will want to point in towards the middle. Try to keep your shoulders externally rotated. Try to point the belly of your biceps forward as you're doing this the best that you can. Because we spend so much of our daily life, spend so much of our lives in internal rotation of your shoulder. Turning the belly of your biceps forward helps to counter that and helps to teach your shoulder capsule how to be more neutral, if not work over into external rotation a little bit. Good, let's do one more. Okay, just try to be nice and smooth here. Explore for more. Elbows are straight, hands are flat on the ground, fingers are splayed, knuckles are on the floor. And then coming back the other way, just like so. Exhale. Okay, so let's do some work for the shoulders here, laying on the ground on our stomachs in a prone position. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to just do some hinges. We're going to use that active isolating stretching technique to ask a little bit more from the shoulders. In this position, this is really great. We get to work against gravity in a very particular way. which helps to counter all the forward motions of our legs. Okay? So what I'd like you to do is come down to the floor like so, and bring the tip of your nose to touch the floor, so that your face is parallel to the floor and that your neck's in neutral. Then with your hands, reach your hands for your feet. Good. Now what we're going to do, we're going to lift the shoulders and lift the hands up off the ground as high as possible. So go ahead and watch me first. So you're going to come up as high as you can like so, and then come down. That's our first position. After that, we're going to move 45 degrees. We're going to do it again. After that, it's going to be to 90 degrees. And then after that, we're going to try to get to 45 degrees here. And then we're going to try to get to 180 degrees here. Okay? So let's start with the arms right by your side. Again, the tip of the nose is on the ground. You're tall through your spine. You're lifting your shoulders and your hands up as high as you can toward the ceiling. Keep lifting up for 1 full second. And then come on down. Good. Then slide your hands out onto a diagonal 45 degrees. Same thing. Lift the shoulders, lift the hands, keep lifting up towards the ceiling for 1 full second, and then come on down. Then slide your hands out to the side, 90 degrees, same thing. Lift the shoulders, lift the hands, keep lifting up for 1 full second, and come on down. Then reach up overhead on a 45-degree diagonal. Do the best that you can here. If it's hard to reach overhead, just go ahead and stay at 90 degrees or another position that you feel comfortable in. From here, we're going to lift the shoulders and lift the hands up as high as you can, and keep lifting for 1 full second, and then down. Then, if you can slide your hands to 180 degrees, go ahead. So it's Superman flying here. Lift the shoulders, lift the hands up, do the best that you can here, and keep lifting up for 1 full second, and come on down. Beautiful. Then go ahead and bring your hands back by your side. So the next exercise, we're going to focus on the thoracic spine. Go ahead and watch me first. All I can do is imagine that the floor smells, and that you're slowly peeling your nose away from the floor and also lifting your arms. Okay? When you are doing this, we want to keep the lower ribs on the floor. We also want to keep the back of the neck long. We don't want to lift the head up like that. We want to keep the back of the neck long so that you're focusing on the thoracic spine and not the cervical spine. Okay, so let's do it together. So arms are by your side. Lift your arms up off the ground. Now imagine the floor smells. Slowly just peel your nose away. Keep those lower ribs on the ground. Lift your chest up as high as you can. Keep lifting up for 1 full second. If you can lift those arms up even higher, do so, and then come on down. Good, let's do that 2 more times. Nice and slowly, just peel your chest away from the floor, lifting the arms up at the same time. Get to your highest height and then just ask for more. Keep lifting the arms, keep lifting the chest for 1 full second, and then come on down. Okay, 1 more time. So lift the arms, peel the chest up, keep those lower ribs on the floor, and just come up a little bit higher. Keep lifting up for 1 full second, and down. Beautiful. From there, we're going to come on to a Sphinx position. So we're going to come up onto our elbows like so. We're going to try to keep the elbows underneath the shoulders the best that you can. So in this position, what we're going to do is we're going to do a couple of movements here with your shoulder group. We're going to protract, we're going to press the heart away from the ground, and then we're going to retract, we're going to pull the heart towards the floor and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Okay, so let's do that together. So go ahead, protract, press your heart away from the ground the best that you can for 1 full second. And then retract, squeeze your shoulder blades together. You're trying to pull your heart into the floor 1 full second. Good, let's try that again. Protract, press your heart away from the floor 1 full second. Retract, squeeze your shoulder blades together, come down the best that you can for 1 full second. Good, let's try that 1 more time. Protract, press up. That's it, 1 full second, heart away from the floor. And then retract, squeeze your shoulder blades together, pull your heart down to the floor 1 full second. Excellent. Good. We're going to go back to the floor. We're going to go back to what we were doing with those arms originally. We're going to add on something. We're going to add a little twist, literally. So go ahead and watch me first. So in this position, we're going to lift the arms up, and then we're going to twist the arms in each direction. After that, we're going to go into each of the 5 positions that we did before, and we're going to twist in each direction. We're just going to twist nice and slowly, and each time we twist, we're going to hit our end range and ask for more for 1 full second. Okay, so go ahead, start with your arms by your side. Make sure that your head is in neutral, so tip of the nose is on the floor, face is parallel to the floor. Lift your shoulders up, lift your hands up as high as you can. Keep them up. Now twist your arms in. So you're going to twist one way as far as you can. Keep twisting that way. Good. And now twist the arms the other way. Keep twisting in this direction as far as you can for 1 full second. And relax. Slide your hands to the next position, so 45 degrees. Lift the shoulders, lift the hands, and then twist. Twist in one direction, keep twisting that way for 1 full second. And then reverse, twist the other direction, keep twisting that way for 1 full second, and relax. Good, then slide your hands to 90 degrees. Same thing. Keep your nose on the floor, lift your shoulders, lift your hands up as high as you can. Keep lifting your arms as you twist. Twist in one direction, twist as far as you can. And then twist in the other direction. Keep lifting your arms and twist as far as you can for 1 full second. And then. Good, then bring your hands to our next position. So another diagonal here. Do the best that you can to lift your shoulders and lift your hands. Lift them up as high as you can. And then twist the arms in one direction. Keep lifting the arms as you twist. And then twist the arms the other direction. Keep lifting your arms as you twist. And relax. Good. Our last position, hands reaching overhead like you're Superman flying here. Do the best that you can to lift your arms up as high as possible. Then once they're up, twist as far as you can in one direction. Keep lifting your arms as you twist. Good. Then reverse, twist in the other direction. Keep lifting your arms and twist a little bit more. And then relax. Excellent. Good. So after that, we're going to go back to the thoracic spine. We're going to change positions here. We're going to take your hands, we're going to place them behind your back like we did before when we were doing our scapula car standing. This is going to put your shoulder in an internal rotation. And when we're here, this is also going to help us to retract the shoulders and then get into thoracic spine extension. It's going to give us a little bit of resistance to work against. So that's only going to let us get stronger into thoracic spine extension. Okay, so slide your hands up towards your heart and we'll do this together. Okay, start with the tip of your nose on the floor. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Then slowly peel your heart away from the floor. Keep your lower ribs on the floor. Lift your chest up as high as you can. Hold for 1 full second. And then slowly come on down. Good, let's try that again. So squeeze your shoulder blades together first. And then peel your chest up off the ground. Get up as high as you can and keep lifting your heart up for 1 full second and come on back down. One more time here. Squeeze the shoulder blades together first. Slowly peel your chest off the floor. Get up as high as you can and just ask for a little bit more. Keep lifting for 1 full second and in. Good. Then let's come back to our Sphinx position. So that's elbows on the floor. So before we were doing protraction and retraction, the heart was going up and down. Now we're going to shift the heart left and right? What I'd like you to do is first get into protraction. So lift your heart away from the ground. Good. Then shift your heart to the right as far as you can. And then shift your heart to the left as far as you can. Good. Let's do that 2 more times. So shift to the right. Keep shifting as far as you can to the right. 1 full second. Shift to the left. Shift as far as you can for 1 full second. Good, let's go back to the right. Shifting the heart to the right as far as you can, 1 full second. And then shifting the heart to the left. Shift as far as you can to the left, 1 full second. Keep pressing your heart away from the floor as you're shifting. So shift to the right, press your heart away from the floor, 1 full second. Shift to the left, press your heart away from the floor, 1 full second. And relax. Good. We're going to go back into shoulders here, and from here we're going to do some shoulder cars on our stomachs in prone. Okay, remember shoulder cars was a very complicated move, so we're just going to do the best that we can. We're going to start with the hands by our back pockets. So come down to this position. Well, actually, watch me first, and I'll demonstrate. So my hands are here on my back pockets, I'm going to squeeze my shoulder blades together. I'm going to lift my hands up. I'm going to rotate my palms out. I'm going to reach up overhead. I'm just going to try to get my palms to touch. Then once I'm here, I'm going to reverse it, turn my palms out to the side. I'm going to swing my hands back to my pockets and settle down. The entire time, my chest and my nose is in contact with the ground. Okay, so come on down and put the backs of your hands on your back pockets. Okay, first motion is squeezing your shoulder blades together, then lifting your hands up as high as you can. Then turn your palms out to the side, and then slowly reach forward. Keep the tip of your nose on the floor the entire time. Try to get your palms to touch. It's okay if they don't. Then, once you're as far as you can, reverse it. Turn your palms out to the side. Slowly swing through the air and bring your hands back to your back pockets and relax. Good. We'll do that 2 more times. First motion is squeeze your shoulder blades together. Second one is lift the arms up off your body. Then turn your palms out to the side. Slowly reaching forward, you're going to try to get your palms to touch. It's okay if they don't, just try. Once you get as far as you can, reverse it. Turn your palms out to the side. Keep lifting your arms away from the floor. Slowly bring the backs of your hands back to your back pocket and relax. Good. One more time. Keep the tip of your nose on the ground the entire time, please. So squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift your hands up as high as you can. Turn your palms out to the side. Slowly reaching forward. You're trying to get your palms to touch. It's okay if they don't. Then reverse it and turn your palms out to the side. Lift those arms up a little bit higher. Swing your hands all the way to your back pockets. And in. Excellent. Good. So then after that, we're going to come into thoracic spine extension. And we're going to put our hands behind our head, so external rotation. So before we had the hands behind your back, now it's going to be behind your head. This is going to load your thoracic spine quite a bit. So this might be a little difficult. If it is, you can always take your hands off your head, put them behind your back or by your side. It's up to you. Okay, so again, we're going to start with the tip of your nose on the floor, hands behind your head. If you want to watch this demonstration, go ahead and let me demonstrate first. So from here, I'm going to lift the elbows. Then I'm just going to try to lift the chest up off the ground and come on back down. Again, you can also just bring your arms by your side or behind your back. It's up to you. We're just going to do 3 reps here. Each time we're going to lift up as high as possible and ask a little bit more. So whatever position you're in, let's go ahead and slowly peel your nose away from the floor. Lift your chest up as high as you can. Hold for 1 full second. And then slowly come on back down. Good. Let's make sure that the back of the neck is nice and long. Let's do it again. Slowly just peel your chest away from the floor. Keep the back of the neck nice and long. Get up as high as you can. Keep lifting for 1 full second. And then come on down. Good. One more time, please. Let's see if we can get up a little bit higher. Just go nice and slow. So peel your chest away from the floor, get up as high as you can. Just ask for a little bit more. Keep the back of your neck nice and long, and then slowly come on down. Beautiful. From here, let's come back to the Sphinx position, and we have a different variation right now. So in this position, what we're going to do is we're going to do some reaches. So when we reach, we don't want the body to collapse. So we want to press your heart away from the floor. Keep your heart at this height. Reach and tap and back down. Reach and tap and back down. Again, heart's away from the floor. You're driving your elbows into the floor to lift the heart. Then just reach one hand out, tap and return. Reach, tap and return. Let's do 5 on each side. So reach and tap. Reach and tap. Pressing your heart away from the floor the entire time. So you want as much distance between your sternum and the floor the entire time. So drive your elbows into the floor as you're reaching out. You're going to notice when you're reaching, your body wants to collapse. Don't let it collapse. We've got 2 more here. Reach and tap. Reach and tap. 1 more each side. Excellent. Good. So now our last exercise in this position is that we're going to do some shoulder cars with thoracic spine extension. It's going to feel as if you're diving into a swimming pool and swimming. Okay? Let me demonstrate first. So I'm going to start with my hands right here. Back to my hands on my back pockets. I'm going to lift my chest up, lift my arms up, and then I'm going to start to reach forward. I'm literally going to look forward to watch my hands try to come together, and then slowly bring my arms back and down. Again, it's very similar to diving into a pool and swimming. So let's do it together. Hands on your back pockets, lift your chest up as high as you can, then lift your hands up. Turn your palms out to the side, and try to watch your palms come together. Once they come together as close as possible, reverse it, turn your palms out to the side, slowly swing your arms back towards your back pockets and come on down. Good. Let's do that again. Let's lift the arms up off the ground even more. So here we go. Lift your chest first, lift your arms second. Turn your palms out. Keep lifting your arms as you're reaching forward. Try to get your palms to touch, and then reverse. Keep lifting those arms as you swing your hands back towards your pockets, and then come on down. Good. One more time, please. Let's go ahead. Lift your chest, lift those arms, turn those palms out to the side. Keep lifting those arms as you're reaching forward. Try to get your palms to touch, and then reversing, turn your palms out to the side. Lift those arms, swing your hands back towards your pockets, and come on down, like so. Okay, so let's come up to oblique sit. So my hips are on the ground, and this elbow's underneath my shoulder. These lateral trunk muscles are engaged because these I'm trying to lift my lower ribs away from the floor. So I'm actually pressing this arm into the ground to help lift this up. So this is going to help create more activation in the shoulder girdle, as well as your lateral trunk muscles or your lateral core muscles. Good. So what we can do here is that we can simply hold this position like so, and that gives an opportunity for the shoulder to get stronger here as well as the lateral core. If you want to have an option, you can add the rotation in. So if you're going to rotate, I want you to pack the shoulder down, and then just slowly take the top shoulder and rotate down to the floor, and then come back up. Okay, so go ahead and do it along with me. So whatever position you want to be in, you can either hold or rotate. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate the rotation here. We're just going to do 3 nice and slowly. So lift those lower ribs away from the ground, and then slowly rotate the top shoulder down to the floor as far as you can. Still lifting the lower ribs away from the ground the entire time, and then coming back up. Good. Let's do that 2 more times. So you want to go nice and slow. You want to really have control of your body as you're rotating down, and then rotating back. Good. One more time. Keep it nice and slow. Really press that elbow into the ground. Lift the lower ribs away from the ground. Rotating slowly with control, and then coming back up. Great. And then let's switch sides. Okay? So again, get into a really good position. Make sure this elbow's underneath your shoulder. Right? Hips are on the ground. Lift those lower ribs up. Okay? And if you want to go ahead and hold, just go ahead and get into that position right now. You want to reach up towards the ceiling with that top hand so you know that your shoulders are vertical. If you're going to rotate, pack that shoulder down, and then let's go ahead, let's do our 3 rotation. So slowly rotating that top shoulder down to the floor, and then coming back. Whatever position you're in right now, I want you to really focus on pressing the elbow into the floor, lifting the lower ribs away from the floor, rotating down with control, coming back up with control. Good. One more rotation. And if you're holding, just hang in there. We're almost done. Lift those lower ribs up away from the floor, wherever you are, and then come on back. And we're done. Okay, so I'd like you to come into quadruped. So we're going to try to integrate the shoulder girdle into the core right now with some bear holds. So my wrists underneath my shoulders, my kneecaps are underneath my hip sockets. I'm tall in my spine, I'm wide in my shoulders, I'm wide in my hips. My toes are tucked under. And in this position, what I'd like you to do is try to lift your knees an inch off the ground. It's okay if they can't come off the ground as long as you're trying. And that's the exercise. So simply just go ahead, lift your knees up off the ground or try. We're just going to hold for a slow 5, 4, 3, 2, softly come on down. Excellent, good. So now let's do that again. I want you to find your biceps. Now I want you to turn your biceps forward, like so. I'm going to give you an option. This time when you come up, you can shift your heart left and right as you're holding. You can also just hold. It's up to you. So here we go. Go ahead, try to lift the knees up off the ground. It's okay if they don't come off the ground. Shift if you want to shift, left and right. We're doing this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Beautiful. And then we have one more option here. This time we can saw front and back, just like so. Again, we want to make sure that the belly of the bicep points forward. We also want to try to get all those knuckles down into the floor and splay your fingers, okay? Options are to also just shift or just hold, okay? It's up to you. So here we go. Belly of the biceps point forward. Try to lift the knees up off the ground. Go ahead and saw if you like. Shift if you like, or just hold if you like. We've got 5, and 4, and 3, and 2. Last one, and down. Beautiful. Good. From here, we're going to go ahead and push back to a low squat position. So I want you to take your knees nice and wide. Tuck your toes under. Use your arms here. Just press your heart away from the ground. And see if you can roll over your feet and find a low squat position. It's okay to keep your hands on the ground. It's also okay to keep your knees on the ground. So if you're just pushing back to here, that's fine too. I just want you to keep your arms active if you're here or if you're here, pressing your heart away from the floor. Okay, let's come on back to quadruped. Let's take the knees a little bit wider and let's try a different position. Again, let's rock back and then roll over a foot the best that you can. If you can take your arms up off the ground, please do so. And then let's come on back down. Good. Okay, so now we're going to add on to something. So in this low squat position, we're going to try to lift one arm and then lift the other arm. So you can also do this with your knees on the ground. You're just going to lift one arm and lift the other arm. Okay? So here we go. Let's rock back. Let's try to find a low squat position and then lift one arm and then lift the other arm. Good. Let's try that again. Lift one arm and then lift the other arm. Good. One more time next side. Excellent. So now from here, what we're going to do, we're going to try to lift both arms and then we're going to stand up. If you're on your knees, it's going to be very difficult to lift both arms. I don't recommend it. I recommend just rolling up your spine to stand. Okay, so if you're in the low squat position, lift both arms and then just stand up. So once we've come to standing, let's just go ahead and let's just shake out those arms. Excellent. Hopefully relaxing any tension that has accumulated here. Good. And then reach your hands down to the ground and let's circle your neck around to help undo any tension that might have accumulated here in our neck. So reach your hands down and then with your nose, you're going to try to make a nice big circle. Start by bringing your nose toward your chest, then slowly bring it over to one shoulder. Then lift that nose up towards the ceiling. And then over towards the other shoulder. And back down towards your chest. Once you're here, change direction. Go back into the direction you just came from. So go back to the shoulder you just came from. And then slowly circle up and around towards the other side. Good. Let's do that again. And let's make sure that we're breathing out as we do this. Nice long exhales. Okay? So hands reach for the ground. Nose comes towards your heart. Big exhale. Bring your nose over towards one shoulder. Then slowly lift your nose up towards the ceiling. And then bring your nose over towards the other shoulder. And then back down towards your heart. Good. And then go ahead and change direction. Go back as hard. Good. And after all this, hopefully you feel more open through your shoulders and you feel more activated through your entire arm, all the way down to your wrists and your fingers. And thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.